It's like we don't see the Amugi very often. We hardly ever see Nyx. If we see a Queen Knight, it's Guichabou.
Yep. There's like 3 people who have their very specific picks, and they somehow all managed to come together here in this top 8 elimination side battle here in doubles.
So we saw some of Guichabou and Hexo earlier, and they were talking about, like, right before the set started, the potential for, like, the Gimps off the top with, like, Blaster's recovery, or obviously the gravity cancel neutral signature. What's happening up here? That was enough! Dude, that was in yellow, the unarmed neutral air in yellow all the way up there. I thought we were going to get one hit, and then everyone was going to be like, this is a little bit too dangerous, and then disengage.
And I didn't expect it was Monihalla who got the hit there, because I think I heard Hexo do like a down signature with the blasters, but somehow Monihalla got behind it, and they were high enough that just that little bit of the nair, that little force forward, force up, was enough to get them a pretty sizable lead, because Hexo's almost onto his final stock.
Yeah, that's a great opening here. See if Hexo can get this stock onto megD. Monihalla sent high and to the right. Here comes the recovery in from Guichabou. Nice. There's the D-Sig that he might have wanted to find before. That time he gets the KO off the top on Monihalla. See if Guichabou can follow up here onto megD. Just going to float up above there. Not really sure what he was going for. He just wanted to move more to the left for that recovery.
Yeah, megD being a little patient there, actually ran in on top of Monihalla and got caught by the down air from Hexo. I thought he was going to try to interrupt there, but ended up just taking the damage, and that nair is going to stuff his recovery, yeah.
That's going to be megD's first stock gone. Guichabou still living in true Queen Knight fashion. Just kind of jumping. Oh, the interruption there on the neutral sig from Hexo. It would have sent towards the middle of the stage, if I'm not mistaken, rather than spiking over low and to the right. So it wouldn't have been the worst thing if it did hit, but there was still the interruption, the sig interruption there as well onto Monihalla this time. Is he poised? What is he poised for? I'm waiting for which signature Monihalla wants to go for. Maybe neutral signature. Guichabou's been sitting on that soft platform. Blue team completely split. There's one KO on the left, one KO on the right.
Yeah, nice pickups there for the red team. Both blue team members were deep red. It was kind of just a matter of time. Like you said, Guichabou had been living on that stock for a real long time. The most important point, though, Hexo down to that final stock already.
He's going to be moving over to the left side, potentially baiting for that neutral signature. We've only really seen it on the blasters a single time so far. A little bit of team damage there, but he answers right after that. That final blast from the flame of Monihalla. Let's see if we can group up somehow, make something happen to get this stock off of Monihalla. He's been living so far. He's kind of camping over on the wall. megD's doing a great job. Seems like blue team can't really come together and get on the same page on what they exactly want to do here. There's some hits coming from megD. There's a little bit of team damage. Neutral air from Guichabou might seal this one. No, megD gets back. Now they have their sights set on Monihalla. Here comes that recovery off the top we were talking about.
Opportunity here for the team combo. It's going to be the downlight side air from Hexo to clean things up. Blue team with the lead, and Hexo's playing this really, really well. He's basically just doing jump side air, which is like the bane of people who can't get in on blasters.
Yep. megD coming in, grabbing the gauntlets. There's the 2-piece coming out from Guichabou. Can't get that turnaround dare because of the dodge that came out from megD. Just a little bit of a sidelight. Monihalla saw Guichabou coming in, so didn't continue further with any type of bridge whatsoever. Just kind of maybe zoning with, I don't know what that signature was. I think he might have expected Guichabou to jump into it. There's the recovery, though. Gets the KO off the top. Hexo's out of the game. It's 2 stocks for Guichabou. Still holding on to it for that neutral air after the recovery. Great follow-up from Monihalla to keep that one.
Monihalla really taking his time swapping. I thought he was going to do that a little bit earlier just because Greatsword not the best team combo weapon, and when you have 1v2 like this, usually you're looking for that team combo, but Guichabou still unarmed right now, so red team in a good spot.
Yeah, I think maybe that little moment of hesitation was some comms between megD and Monihalla being like, okay, there is one weapon here. Who wants to swap? It should be me. I'm the best swap. I will now swap. And they get the stock. They clean that one up. Both of them on final stocks, but only really about halfway through. 666 damage. The number of the beast coming out from Monihalla, and he was a beast that last game.
And that beastliness showed in the signature count. You could feel he was doing a lot of signatures, but it also shows on the stats. 10 signatures thrown out, 40% accuracy. He had the most sigs thrown out, and he also hit the most signatures. And I think anyone who has played casual queue against Namugi knows those signatures can be devastating.
Yeah, definitely. On the other side, megD didn't do too much damage this game, maybe on the lower number. If we're not getting a big Monihalla game, then we really need to worry about the 257 from megD, because we did see megD and Monihalla in one of their previous sets today. It was a really tough set for them. I believe they went up 2-0, but then got reverse 3'd right after that. Are we going to see another one off the top? No, not this time. Guichabou thanking his lucky stars that Monihalla doesn't add another stock to the belt.
Yeah, that time it was Monihalla in the driver's seat trying to shove Guichabou up, and he ended up jumping away, just trying to get out of dodge instead of trying to turn that situation around. Really good decision on Guichabou's part to not let the red team get another big lead.
Dude, Monihalla, he's throwing out openers and bridges, resetting to neutral. Another opener and a bridge comes out. A lot of damage early on coming out from Monihalla. We might see a big number again.
All right, there's the 2-piece. You see that dodge up. Monihalla, even in this double situation, recognizes the dodge timing of his opponents.
Yeah, we're not seeing him go for a lot of finishers. We see the side light, then maybe a D-light bridge, or maybe an in-light bridge, then he'll back up and then go in with the neutral signature if he's looking for the KO option on his team. Okay, they trade. Okay. Wow, they get 1 for 1 there. I thought megD was going to get out of that scot-free once I saw the sweat beads on the Hexo.
Yeah, I think megD was really trying to guarantee it. You saw the sweat beads, you saw Guichabou there trying to save out Hexo. megD came down there to try to get that final hit, ended up eating the recovery. Both of them fell, but Monihalla did clean up Guichabou's stock, so slight lead to the red team.
As a side light neutral air, megD almost got the follow-up with the dare, couldn't quite get it. He's a little bit too far to the right. There's a nice side air, that's going to KO. It's going to bring everybody down to second stock. Hexo, okay, they did it! Beautiful, the neutral signature into the recovery follow-up to take the stock off the top, completely robbing that one away from megD. I was just talking about how we were even. All of a sudden, everything's changed off of that.
Yeah, huge utilization of the soft platform for that slide charge end-sig on Guichabou's part, and also a great pickup from Hexo with that down air into the recovery.
Oh, big four-piece coming out from Monihalla.
Okay.
They need to get this stock, just barely whiffing that signature. It was so close. Hexo turning around the nair, sending Monihalla over the edge. Great down air. Now he gets behind Guichabou, who retreats over the wall, even throws the weapon toss over his head because he's worried while Hexo wants to spawn back in, giving his teammate time. There's the down air and the ground pound. Almost point blank on that one. That's going to take the stock from Monihalla.
And that's the blue team with the tiniest lead here. If Guichabou falls, everything's going to be even. megD hits the side air. Guichabou slow movement speed, but the recovery up. Okay.
Nice down air. That was a great shutdown to take away Guichabou's second stock, put him on final. Got to be careful with megD. Oh, yep. I saw him coming back towards the center of the stage after that side light, and I felt like Hexo was licking his chops there. He knew exactly what was coming. Any Blasters player is going to be ready for that one, of course.
Yeah, I think megD was really hoping for Monihalla to have more presence there and really stop Hexo, but just wasn't able to get in the way of Hexo pulling out that recovery.
Just the inlight, a little bit of team damage. Somehow he gets the dodge to get all the way through that axe recovery, and they're going to grab that one right there. The neutral signature into the recovery is amazing. The inlight into the neutral signature is also an amazing option as well, just because of how much force that Queen Nai has. Like, this is a very scary combo. Blasters inlight into the recover, or to the neutral signature. Yeah, there's that slide charge, neutral signature into the recovery right after that. Beautiful.
And that's something that you pointed out at the start of the set, is like their vertical KO potential is so really potent.
So scary.
And I think that's something that the red team needs to adjust with, because you saw like that was one of those power play situations, and megD does the classic, I'm going to jump in the air. I think you got to change it up, go to the walls when you're in that power play situation.
Yeah, the vertical game plan is just completely important. It's a foundational option here for Hexo and Guichabou. Like, we're not seeing even as many down signatures come out from Guichabou that we see in his normal 1v1 play, because he's really focused on that vertical gameplay off the top rather than getting like a dodge in read or anything like that. There's a nice D-sig from megD. Hexo over on the wall. See if anything major can happen here. Monihalla just kind of backing up over onto the soft platform. Here comes megD. He does get one hit, but now he's starting to get juggled. Has to be careful. Guichabou does have the spear, so he doesn't have to quite worry about the Qatar neutral signature. Ooh, just barely getting through. Almost perfect coverage coming out from the blue team on that with the D-sig and then the side sig coming out from Hexo to follow up.
A little bit of comms there. You saw Guichabou with the charged up sig, and the red team kind of not sure how to get that punish out correctly. megD did throw out the side signature, but couldn't get all of it. All right, edgeguard opportunity here. Monihalla misses the weapon toss, so he's going to disengage.
Love how quick that weapon toss was, though. The dare and then the immediate weapon toss, like that 45-degree angle. There it is. They just have the setup. They knocked Monihalla away. Free range to grab that inlight. Here comes the neutral signature, and then Monihalla comes back in, of course, recovering back to the stage, and he is going to lose that stock. But they're keeping it relatively even here. The only thing is Guichabou, in true Queen Nai fashion, again, he's the one living here. They got to find the stock. He's only in orange, so it's maybe going to need to be... Nice. Wow, that was enough to do it. All the force coming out from Monihalla.
I mean, that is what happens when you're on those low-speed characters. You end up getting a lot more defense and strength. Both Queen Nai and the Amugi have those stats. Okay.
A little bit of team damage there. Monihalla's ready to follow up off of that down air from Hexo's Blasters onto Guichabou. Oh, Monihalla going low here. He's got to be careful. You have time in that ground pound. The perfect timing on that to send to the bottom. There's an inlight. Guichabou wasn't really going to be able to do like a gravity cancel neutral signature on wake up out of that, so he didn't want to risk it after that inlight.
Ended up throwing out the side air afterwards. Guichabou still managed to get the pickup. Takes the N-sig into the recovery.
I thought it was done.
It almost was, and Monihalla was a little bit more damaged. Goes for the turnaround there. Can't get it with those neutral airs.
Spear recovery not going to be enough to do it on small Fortress of Lines. Excuse me. Yeah, dropping that D-light.
Okay, he goes in, but
What a
great interrupt
toss.
there. Yeah, Guichabou with that weapon toss. Again, megD's getting these openers. You can see
That
Monihalla.
stinks, man.
He's sitting on the side. He's just
Oh,
waiting.
no.
Okay.
Here comes Guichabou, though.
gotta
megD
get
rotating out, both members of the blue team over on the wall. That recovery is going to split the blue team. It's going to send Hexo up. That might be what Guichabou wanted to do there, but the second he lands back on the platform, he's going to lose that stock. He's on final. Guichabou again, the one living here. Monihalla, some of the most defense in this game. Oh, they just take megD out like that despite Monihalla being so damaged. He had to play defensively. He had to play back, and they just went crazy on megD.
That's so tough because megD really wanted the punish. You saw the charge up from Guichabou. megD tried to do a jump side air, but Hexo interrupted it. And then after that, it was just panic time in the offstage, and you saw megD get taken out. Man, they need the red team really needs to find a way to shut down specifically Blaster's Enlight into NZ, because that is like one of the most critical tools that the blue team has.
And it's tough because, like, we're telling them to, like, avoid the vertical game that the blue team's bringing in, but then when you add the Enlight into the mix, if you're jumping in the air, the Enlight's probably not going to come out. That's when you're on the ground. Like, you're avoiding what you're supposed to be avoiding, and then they still have a setup into that with the grounded neutral light. It's so scary. I don't think a map will change anything here. Maybe a map with soft platforms, but, like, if you go to a smaller map, they're just going to be able to do it earlier. If they go to Mos Eisley, like, will that really change anything? I don't think so. They may have to do a little bit more damage, but maybe not even a little bit more damage, and it's still going to be the exact same thing. So I don't know how they can counterpick in maps. They just have to find a way to deal with that Enlight setup. I think you're exactly right. Dude, Monihalla wants it every time.
Yeah, if he's up in the air, he's going to go for it, but it's going to be Hexo with the first signature to KO red team. Already behind.
Yeah, early stock loss, 28 seconds into the game from Monihalla. It's going to be a tough one. He's looking for a weapon. He's able to hit the unarmed neutral air, but Hexo actually snakes the weapon away. He's still unable to grab it. Here comes the spawn on the right side. He's scared to go towards it because he doesn't want to get caught in the down air. Now the team combo happening, the target switching going back and forth. This is incredible. The D6 splitting up the red team. Monihalla still without a weapon. He can't grab one. Finally, it's the great sword, but he gets interrupted right away.
No.
Dude, is he done? Oh, that was so close. He at least trades the stock off the top. It's 1-for-1 in this case, but they're still so far behind because of Guichabou's survivability.
Yeah, I mean, megD came in there, tried to interrupt, ended up eating the NSIG from Guichabou. Guichabou with the down light ground pound. Red team is falling apart here. Tournament stock for Monihalla.
Unfortunately for the blue team, that little weapon toss might have messed up the team combo they were setting up onto megD, but they're still juggling. They're still hitting him. He can't get back. He's at the weapon disadvantage. He's eating recovery after recovery. There's the down air. Didn't even need it. Again, they're going to trade 1-for-1 here, Guichabou for megD, but the blue team is so far in the lead. That was Guichabou's first. That was megD's second.
Yeah, red team basically full stocks behind right now. Monihalla really needing to step up. You can see him trying as megD just struggling to find any footing. Hits that side air, edge guard opportunity. Hexo manages to get the wall touch, and Guichabou's there to cover.
The signature game from Guichabou from Monihalla has just not been on lock this game. He hasn't even had the opportunity. The blue team has been bullying him. Now they're kind of separating, going on in their individual 1v1s. There's the Axe side air. That's going to get the second stock away from Hexo. Guichabou, he's at the weapon disadvantage. He's trying to fight over on the wall, and Monihalla is disengaging.
All right. Nice little two-piece there on the side of the red team. I mean, we talked about the signature usage. Okay. He got away. Oh, man. He's still out there.
Was going to do it. Finally, he lands, but now megD is taking the brunt of the damage. A down air and then a side air, and then here's the ground pound going to shut him down in that one. See if Monihalla can maybe get the stock off of Hexo. Either one is going to give him a chance to get the stock off of the other one, but it's 3 stocks to 1. He's in the red. We know the setup that Hexo and Guichabou are probably looking for. Guichabou just needs guitars. Here they come. Here comes in the ground pound. The side air is actually going to do some team damage, almost grabbing his teammate with the neutral signature.
Good movement on Monihalla's part, but you can only move so much. Finally, Hexo gets the one hit he needs, and that's the blue team with the 3-1 victory. The only game that Money and megD were able to get was the one where the blue team threw a stock really early.
Yeah, that was just tough. They had no answer for the KO potential that Hexo and Guichabou had, and it wasn't even just the Enlight into the neutral signature or the neutral signature into the recovery. Like, dude, the arcade screen, you and I are both looking at it right now. It's just like a Vrax fist punching Taros over and over. I like this. That's